Oh, hello everybody. I thought I would get my Tessa out because she's going to be due for a feed tomorrow. Takes her just a little while to chill on out once I've got her out, of course. She greets me at the door, but she certainly waits for me to then put my hand out and for her to then come the rest of the way out. But I was sort of looking at her and I'm thinking to myself, hey, I haven't done a video with you for a little while, sweetie. So, if you don't know what Tessa is a Bredley carpet python, and she is going to be a pretty big girl one day. Of course, she is growing and growing and growing and growing, as you can see, and she's doing really well. And I got asked today by a person in one of my comments, has any of my snakes actually bitten me? And well, yes, this little one, mind you, she was a lot littler then to what she is now, but yes, this little girl has, I'm just going to move her away from the cat. I trust Ruby. Tessa's kind of used to having furry friends around, but I just wanted to chill a little bit. She's a little bit, nervous to begin with, which is to be expected when she first comes out, but then she just wants to go off and explore. But yeah, back to, yes, it was this little girl that actually decided to give me a nip on the knee one day, and that was me sort of saying to her, well, what did I do, Tessa? But she was so brand new, everything was strange and weird, and she was just so very nervous. So for me, it was any movement was actually going to frighten her a little bit. And you just leave Tessa alone. Just leave Tessa alone, Ruby. Okay? No. Don't go in her face. Just leave her be. I know you love them, and I know that you wouldn't hurt them, but Tessa doesn't understand. And no, I do not have a problem with my snakes being around my other animals at all. And as Tessa gets bigger and more confident about everything around her, she'll be as all my other snakes are, perfectly fine with them. And the only other time, to keep going on about have I ever been bitten, was one day I had just fed Jessie, and of course I dried the rat with paper towels, but I of course then used tongs. But then I went into Tessa's enclosure to move something. It was just to move something. I was not looking where she was. I did not see where she was, but then I felt where she was, because she got me fair on my hand, and she rapped, because it was a feeding response, which is probably one of the worst bites that you'll ever get from a snake if you ever get bitten. And then it was my fault. It had absolutely nothing to do with Tessa or the fact that she was even nervous about my hand being in there at that stage. It was about the fact that, see, even when I just touch her, she's still a little bit nervous, as you can see. But, Tessa didn't have a lot of handling at all. She was one of 6 siblings, and none of them got held or held. handled. They were fed. And then they were, why they were kept for 8 odd months before he decided that he didn't want them anymore, I don't know, but he decided he didn't. And by then, you know, a lot of work is done with a snake, because you start from the day that they arrive as little ones. And I think Tessa is a little bit nervous because my cat is right there and she's just not sure. So I'm going to bring her back a little bit over towards me so that she can relax and feel that she can move a little bit. It's alright, sweetie. It's okay, darling. You're safe, okay? You're okay, darling. You know, once she relaxes, she's all over the place too. Just like the big snakes, exploring, curious, checking things out, wondering what things are, where she can go, what she can climb. So, you know, they're no different to the bigger snakes. They're just a smaller package to begin with. But yeah, generally by, you know, that 8-month mark, they're pretty cruisy and they know us humans very, very well, or should know us very well if you've put the time in with them. And Tessa missed out. And even though I have great faith in her now, myself, nobody else will pick Tessa up. I do understand. I do understand what they're saying, that they're just a little afraid of her and are worried just by... Sorry, darling. That was... You bumped into it. I didn't bump it into you, sweetie. Not at all. I can't find your head. I think I'm in Zoom. When I'm in Zoom, I'm terrible at holding the camera and keeping up with them. But as you can see, she's fine. You know, I'm just holding her, letting her just do what Tessa wants to do. And I have been told that Tessa's a hyper by somebody who knows their Bredleys. So she's certainly much lighter, and her colour is very much lighter. Where you going, bub? You gonna come up on the camera? Are you? Or you were? But do you think that might be a bit too close? Hey? You know, it's just respecting her space. And that's all I do with Tess. And I know it will just ultimately, as she gets bigger and more confident, she's going to be perfectly fine. And I'm happy with her. I don't have an issue going in to her enclosure and touching her, and she kind of flinches for that split second, and then it's like, oh, okay, it's you. All's cool then. It's just you. So, oh, that was loud out of my mouth, wasn't it? There's Tessa. Come out to just have a little bit of time with me. And, of course, my Lily, which you probably won't be able to see her, but she's still up on the hangout spot. So I thought, okay, let's get Tessa out, and she's going to be eating large wiener rats when she gets fed. Aren't you? Hey? It's okay. It's perfectly safe to climb on the camera. So guys, I hope you enjoy this. Just a little video of Tess out. I want to do more with Tessa in the way of videos, and I'm going to be getting her outside, of course, within a few days after her feed, and getting her used to more of the outside and using that for her bathroom. And I'm sure it will succeed, as it has with my other snakes. Jessie is now understanding to do that, and as you can see, until my cat moves, Tessa just goes to go over her, but Ruby kind of flinches. You can't eat a cat. You do know that, don't you? Hey? They're not edible. It's not a very good, as you can see. You know, Tessa's the one that hangs from a branch at night in full hump mode, waiting for a little rat to run past, but it doesn't happen every night, does it, Tessa? Hey? So guys, why I'm turning the camera on is because I want to show you a typical pose, position, and the way a carpet python will wait for their prey to run past them or appear. And Tessa right now is in that perfect mode of, is there going to be something come along and I can eat it, and I know it's going to be dark, but I do hope, and I don't want to disturb her when it's going to be so dark. And if I get a torch, hang on, I just don't want to disturb her so much that she'll move, but this is just perfect for hunt, you know, just hunting. And I don't see Tess do this very often, but she is. So hopefully you'll be able to see her just hanging and waiting for something to run across on that ground for her to eat. Incredible. If she were out in the wild, that is exactly what she would be in. And if you can see her up there, she's got herself coiled round there, a good grip, and there she is, just waiting for something to come along. I think Tess is hungry, so I'm going to feed her. She's not really due for a couple of days, but she's telling me, hey, I'm hungry, so I'm going to get her something to eat. Just thought I'd show you exactly how they hang in the trees. Not that that's really great, just shining a torch on her, but that's what they do. There's not always a rat in the area. So guys, I'm going to say goodbye to you. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family. Take care of your snakes. Ciao.